Guys, I just got to the lake. I want to give y'all a video finally about boat control, but I found one floater. I deck flipped to him. Check out his eyeball. Look at that. That thing is MIA, dude. Whole thing gone. I cast to him probably 27 times, and then I came across his right side, and explains why I had to cast him so much. Anyways, guys, let's teach y'all how to get your boat positioned. Let's teach y'all how to get triangulated, how to get on the brush, on the fish, on the whatever. Today's video is all about what y'all been asking for. That's boat control. Let's get to it. All right, so we got a fish right here at 25 feet out. So we're gonna drop down to him real quick. Let's see if it's a fish. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna cast down and I wanna keep that jig above the fish. Just like always, guys. Oh, yep, it's a crappie, for sure. It's a donkey too. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what you're after right there. Sorry about the sun on the front one. Look at that, guys. Joker's full of eggs. Oh yeah, oh slabby patty. Well, I was trying to show y'all how to line up with that tree, but that one was just way too hungry. So right now today, that's my third one. I've been catching them on brush or on standalone stick ups. So if you look, I got a new camera mount, so give me just a minute. But if you look, that's what we're looking with. See, that fish is pulling off right now, so he's probably a goner, but I'm just hitting these stick ups just like this, guys, and there's fish that are right up against him. And so what I want to show you today is how I best get myself in the position to catch these fish. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys, so what we want to do is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off, we're going to be trolling around looking for, right now I'm looking for structures, I'm looking for stick ups, I'm looking for anything that has fish on it. So I have my trolling motor set to about a 4.5. Now, right now I'm going into the wind, but I want to show you how I do this into the wind and then with the wind. With the wind is way harder, so you got to make sure you understand it into the wind first. So the reason you want to do it into the wind is the way these trolling motors work when you have spot lock is they're gonna always point you directly into the wind. So the current is always gonna be coming straight at you every time. And how that works is, from what I understand, the trolling motor kind of moves around left and right, trying to figure out where it's going. And then when it figures out where the most resistance is or where the most pressure, water pressure is, that's where it locks in and stays into the heading, into the water. Now, that said, right now what I'm doing is I'm going around, I'm using my scope, I'm just scanning left and right, and I'm looking for anything with a fish on it, any structure that has a fish on it. The reason I say this is easiest is because if you find one into the wind, your boat has no really that much turn to it. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to do it into the wind, and then what we'll do is we'll find something that's not in the wind, and I'll teach you how to walk up onto it. So right now, again, I'm just looking left and right, and it looks like there's probably a fish right there. So at 30 feet, there looks to be a fish. I don't really like it. So we're gonna get back on this on the drivetrain here, and we're gonna keep going into the wind here. We're coming up to these sticks that I like. Guys, I really like these sticks, these stick ups. Anything that has structure on it this time of year. You know, we're in the spawn, water temperature today is 72 degrees. So I really like when there's structure and optimal water temperature. Don't see anything on these. Actually, at the very base of that stick right there, so at that stick right there, there looks to be a little something at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in spot lock. And because I'm into the wind, it's gonna stay kind of right there. Now we can tell by our transducer, we're kind of to the right. So that is a fish sitting right there. So it's kind of suspended off of it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast down to it, guys. So before we go into all the rigmarole of trying to get the boat lined up and all that, we want to see, okay, is this fish even willing to play ball? So we're going right over the fish right now while the boat does its thing. And the fish didn't move, so it's good. So see how that fish is starting to, see the fish right there? It's starting to scoot away from us. That's because we've got back in a spot lock. The boat's kind of settling into where it needs to be. He's still down there. So he's at 19 feet, guys. So we want to cast out there to 19 feet. Now, I like to fish off the right front of my boat. Usually about right here. Usually about the 1 o'clock is where I like to fish. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that the fish and my jig and everything lines up with that 1 o'clock spot. So for me, my straight on is going to be this gap right here, guys. This 1 o'clock gap. It's where I can hold my transducer and move it effectively. It's where I can control the motor, and it's where I can see the screen. It's just a little window of opportunity that I have right here in front of me. So that fish is sitting right there at 19 feet. And remember, there's an 8-degree cone with your transducer, so you want to make sure you're casting directly in line with your transducer here. So we're dropping down right by that fish. I'm going to go over it. So as I go over it, I want to see how he reacts. And if he bites it, well, then we know he's going to eat. So he didn't do anything that time. Oh, we had one come up from underneath. Oh. Well, Well, I'll take that bonus fish any day, but look guys, see there's 2 more down there? I'll take a bonus fish any day of the week. What a dandy too, guys. What a freaking stud. Let's get him unhooked here. Golly, what a tank, huh? That's what I'm telling you. I love these fish, man. This time of year, they're just so big. They're just so healthy. He was down in the mud, son. That's not even the one we were after, but that's the one we got, boys. That's the one we got. So, you know me. If we use the scope, they don't stay in the boat. Okay, so let's get back on it. So now the boat kind of moved a little bit while I was dealing with that, but look, the fish is also not there anymore, but it looks like there's one at the top of this one now. So it's a little more to the right. So let's take one cast over there to the 20-foot mark, and let's just say we don't like that angle. So we're going across the fish now. We're gonna keep our jig above the fish like always to where the fish can see it. Present it in a way that the fish might be interested in taking it, and he attacks it. He's a little guy. He was a little guy. Hold on. There you go. All right, all off the same tree, guys. Then there's actually 2 more that just took off out of the mud. Makes you want to just sit here and fish. Okay, look, so here we go. We got one at 22 foot, guys. And see how he's more to the right? So what I want to do is he's 22 foot to our 2 o'clock. So personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back 1 click. So I'm going to hit back 1 click, and that's going to create offset, because what I need to do is I need to get my boat over, but I need to stay in line. So he's going to come over, so I'm directly in line with that fish. I want to hit that fish right in the face. So then what I'll do, I've come back 1, so I want to come over 1 click. So what that did now is it moved us back 5 feet, and we're going to go right 5 feet. And what we're going to do as we do that, see how that fish disappeared off the screen? We got to turn our transducer to match that movement, and voila, there's the fish again. Yeah, I can see he's sitting right there at 24 feet. So we came back 1 to create a little distance to figure out what that fish was doing. Then we came over 1, and look, he actually came up the stick. And so now, oh, he just pushed off. Oh no, he just swam away because a school of shad came in. He left to go attack that school of shad. That sucks, but there he is swimming off right there. So it was either the shad or the transducer or the boat slap, any of the other. I don't think it was the boat slap because it's such a calm day today. But sometimes that's what happens when you're moving it. But that's, so far, that's just one basic maneuver, is backing over. That way you can see the fish. But again, I pulled back to broaden my view. So just imagine I'm like this, right? See, I'm close to the camera. I came back so I could see more. Then I went a little bit right because I want to get a more frontal than sideways. It's always easier to cast directly in front of the boat than it is to cast to the side of the boat, especially when the current's blowing right at your face. All right, we are back on our hunt, guys. So we're at, like I said, we're at a 3.5 to 4.5 trolling motor speed, and we're just scanning left and right, scanning left and right, scanning left and right. And what I'll do, guys, is I'll go for about 100-200 yards, and I'll just turn around and I'll head back. I'll scoot over about 50 yards and I'll head back in the opposite direction, just looking for anything that may be on the bottom, anything that may be hugged to structure, any floaters, anything like that. That's how I break down pockets and stuff, especially if you're at a new lake. That's a good way to look at what's going on with the water, look what's floating where, and see what kind of activity the fish are giving you. So sorry, I got distracted. I saw 2 fish that look like dandies. Definitely a lot of floaters in here, man. There's a lot of floaters in here. There's one right here. We're going over him right now, but he's to our right. There we go, let's see. We got a tree coming up. Got a tree coming up. Y'all can see that tree right there. Boop. We wanna make sure that transducer sees that tree, because we wanna look at what we're working with here, guys, because if there's something on it, we're gonna drop down to it. So nothing's on it though. Okay, we got one right there. Bam, boop. Right there, there's a fish on the side of that tree. So we're gonna immediately spot lock. Now the good thing is, the boat's already turning. So while we spot lock, again, you know me, well, here, actually, let me show you. See, as we're turning that screen, the tree came off, but as I turn this transducer pole, we get more of that image. So them fish are 18 feet this way. Well, it's already gone. So you gotta stay on it, because that boat is gonna sit there. It's gonna try to find the in to the current position. And there we go, so we're on it. And again, this is why I love fishing into the wind, because we stopped and it's dang near perfect. So he's 20 feet out and he's 6 foot deep. So we're gonna pitch out there to 20 foot, and he's actually got a bunch of shad that just swam up to him. So that can be a pain, but that's all right. So just running an 1/8 ounce jig, no split shot, nothing on it. But here we go, we're going through them right now. You wanna stay above it, you wanna go through that structure. And I actually, dang it, got stuck on that tree. So because the way the trees are positioned, I can't really cast through them. So that fish is sitting right there at 18 feet, guys. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it one click forward, and I'm gonna incrementally close the distance on this fish. He's already at that 1 o'clock gap. He's already in that gap right there, and you can see him right there. He's actually taking off. Golly, he is leaving. So I got too close. Got too close and he's gone. So there's actually, it looks like there might be one more in there. Looks like there's one just kind of suspended right next to the tree, and see guys, there was, and he also just took off. And that's just something you're gonna have to deal with as these fish get older and get smarter. They hear the transducers coming towards them, and they push off. It's part of the game, guys, part of the game. So that's all right. Now we're gonna keep scanning. It actually looks like this fish pushed off to the back side of over here. Now this one's 22 feet to our right, so it's hard 90-degree right turn on this tree. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back 1 and we're gonna go over 2. Each click is 5 feet. So I came back 5 and went over 5. And so watch the screen, guys. It's gonna come off. I'm gonna rotate my hand over here, turning my transducer. And look, it got those trees, boop, right in front of me. Now it doesn't look like the fish are on there anymore, but you can see that we're now lined up with said tree. Now, look at that. One just pushed into the bottom of that tree. So let's drop down to them. He's at 10 feet, which is just right here in front of the boat. So as this boat starts to level back out, what we're gonna do is continue to work our transducer pole and keep this image directly in front of us. So little incremental turns like that. I'm actually going through the bottom. There's a fish right there. But see how my line is stuck on that tree branch? That's the problem we were having. That's why we needed to move originally. So there's another floater sitting right here behind it. So instead of wasting the cast, we'll go over the tree, we'll drop down to that floater, and we'll see if he wants to play. If he's not interested, then we'll reel it in. But it looks like he's following me up, he's following me up. And remember, if the fish are following you, just stay on an upward path. All right, he left it. So let's go back and look. So that there's the fish are right on this tree branch right here. I know you can't really see them, and they're at 6 foot, so we're kind of balanced out now. So what I'm gonna try to do is thread that needle, and I'm gonna go on the back side of that tree like that, bloop, just like that. And so now we're in the tree, our jig's down in there, and does not look like there's anything in there anymore. And that happens, guys. No worries at all. All right, guys, I was cruising, I was pulling out, and then look at that, 28 feet to our, like 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish, I have a pile. So let's ease over to that pile. So because it's so far out, I don't need to go back on this one. What I need to do is just keep it in my sights. And, oh, wait, there's one on top of that tree too. There's one right here at 20 too. Hold on, guys. Let's drop down to this 20-foot one. And again, this is why I like fishing into the current like this, because the fish usually, you don't have to do much moving of the boat. But man, them fish over there at 28 feet, they look pretty stacked. Okay, let's focus on the 28 foot. So it's 28 foot kind of to our right. So what I want to do is I just want to give it 2 clicks, boop, boop. Because all I want to do is slide myself over in line with this pile so we can also get a better picture, because that pile is also so far out, the fish may look a little smaller than they actually are. As I turn, I'm going to again turn my transducer pole, and I'm going to look at the brush. Okay, so now it's directly in front of us. So once our trolling motor gets all aligned here, we see those fish, look at that, 1, 2, 3 of them on that little stick right there, and they are at 20 feet, and it's directly in front of our transducer here, which is what we want. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast out too. I'm gonna cast out there. Now the pile's at 18 feet, I'm gonna cast to about 20 feet, and I'm just gonna slowly bring that jig through there. And I wanna keep that jig up above those fish, and we're gonna see if anything reacts to it. Right here we go. And I had one, yep, there we go. Mondo. So one did come out, but look, the big one revealed itself. Let's keep our transducer trained on that fish. So he's facing us. So you can see how faint his signature is right there. So we want to keep that fish in line with this joker. And what I'm going to do, we're at 24 feet. I'm going to give her 1 click. And what that's going to do is that's going to bring us up to 20, to where that pile's 20 foot over from us instead of 25 feet. 20 foot I find is a little more manageable when it comes to casting and reeling through. So, all right, here we go. 20 foot out. Let's give her the old castaroony. You can see I'm behind the pile now, and I'm just gonna reel up, and I'm gonna come up that pile, and I'm gonna see if I can get that reaction out of that fish right there. Now that fish did push down in between those 2 sticks right there, Ooh, I hit the tree. Okay, so that is how you would look for and stop and adjust your boat when you're going into the wind. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a 360, I'm sorry, a 180, and we're gonna go the other direction with the wind, and I'm gonna show you, this is the tricky part. This is the part that probably most of y'all wanna see. So we're gonna turn around, I'm gonna go with the wind, I'm gonna show you when we find a fish, how we stop, adjust, and drop on it. All right, so now that we're going with the wind, guys, what I usually do is I kick the trolling motor down about 2 clicks in speed from what we were just doing. So I was at 4.5, now I'm at a 3. The reason being, the wind is pushing you at your back. Let me explain to y'all real quick how this is gonna work. When we stop, let's say a brush pile goes by us. When we stop, let me give you this angle right here. When we stop, we're gonna stop the boat. The wind's to our backs, right? So we're gonna boop, we wanna stop. We're gonna be driving this way. We wanna boop, hit spot lock right there. What's gonna happen is the boat's gonna go past it, and then it's gonna drift like this, and it's gonna slowly work its way around until it turns onto the target. That delay, you have to play. You have to constantly adjust and slowly make sure you're keeping whatever your target is in the picture. Let's keep going. Let's start walking. Let's start driving. So again, we're at about a 3, and we're gonna go. Now today's wind is about a 5-mile-an-hour wind. If you're at like a 10-mile-an-hour wind, it's gonna spin your boat faster. But check this out, guys. We got a floater right here at 28 foot. See that floater right there? So what I wanna do is I wanna aim for that floater and just kind of watch him for a second, see what he's gonna do. So for this one, I would just turn it off because we're floating right at it. So one option is you can just drop down, you can just turn the trolling motor off and let the drift keep pushing you and drop your jig down and drift your jig right into their face. But those fish just took off, so we can't do that. So all right, we're gonna turn it back on and we're gonna keep on looking for anything that looks advantageous for us to hit. So all right, here we go. It's gonna scan left and right, gonna scan left and right, make sure we're looking for anything that might have a fish, and bada bing, bada boom, there's a fish right there at 24 foot. So it's to our left. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna kick my trolling motor to the left. I'm gonna turn it on for just a hot second, keep that fish in the bowl right there. I'm gonna turn it off, and then I'm gonna hit spot lock. So what that'll do is, usually that inertia will keep it spinning that way, but that fish is sitting right here at 12 feet. So while the boat's doing its thing, don't waste time, guys. You can always cast on fish. The casts are free. But look, see my boat is going the opposite direction of me. So it's gonna put that fish underneath my boat. So you can see right there, fish is still right below us. He's still turning. I don't like it. We're gonna kill it, boop, and we're gonna keep looking for another fish. The reason I killed that one is because by the time we got spun around and everything, the fish will hear the boat or the transducer and he'll take off. And actually he just took off, he's gone. So that fish is out of here. So we'll get our trolling motor, we'll turn it back on. We'll keep going into this cove right here. I've never been in this cove before on my boat. I've never been in here before, so I don't know exactly what we're looking at, what we're looking for. So I'm gonna push my scope out to about 50 foot on this because I wanna see what we're working with. And also, don't be afraid if you see something to manually drive over there. You can absolutely drive over there. And the other option is, if you really like drip fishing into the wind the most, no matter what, you're like, I tried this method and I don't like it, then just drive as far down with the wind as you can, turn around and fish into the wind on the way out. So let's scan, let's look, let's scan, let's look. All right, here we go, guys. I got a fish right here, and I've turned off the trolling motor. So what I want to do is I want to go past it. I don't want to scare this fish. He's 4 feet to our left, off our left right here. So I just want to go past it. Once I get past it about 2 feet, then boom, I'm gonna go boop, spot lock. So I'm actually about 10 foot past it. So what I'm gonna do is that boat, you can see that motor automatically turned around. And what happens is that prop wash is all out there, not on the sticks, which is perfect. That's what we want. We don't want to wash the fish out. So just trust the turn on this one. You can see the sticks over here behind us. So just let the boat do its thing. And you can see this back end is turning. The wind's coming straight directly at us from this angle right here. So the boat is gonna eventually catch the wind and start to drift this way. But in the meantime, you can see we're looking directly behind us. So that fish is over here to our rear. So what we're gonna do is spin this pole around. As the boat spins around, we wanna kind of just watch and make sure we're staying in line with that fish, or what we think is a fish. So just let this turn, just let it turn. You can see the trolling motor working, right? So that trolling motor head's looking for the wind. Now we're almost sideways. See that you can see the boat starting to drift this way, and that wind's coming straight down this wall right here. So as we do that, like I said, we're just gonna keep this transducer in motion. We're gonna stay on that fish that we think we see, and we're gonna make sure that we stay locked in with it. Now, if you lose it, no big deal, don't stress, but there they are right there, boom. Now, they're 24 feet to our rear. So what I wanna do is I wanna help this a little bit. Oops, I got my transducer all wrapped up there. What I wanna do is, so we have the fish at 24 feet. I'm gonna give her one click to the right. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna speed up the turning process. One click to the right, and I know based on what I'm looking at, it's too far back. So see that's over here? So we wanna go one click back as well. And those fish are right there at 22 and 24 foot. So now we were with the wind. Now we're not with the wind anymore. And those fish are 22 feet more, they're to our right. And you can see as I turn, I'm slowly turning this transducer with the fish to keep them locked in. Now you can cast whenever you want. So they're at 22 feet to our direct right. So if you want, you can haul off and pitch over there 22 feet out. Uh-oh, had a little burr in the line there. So you can see them suspended right there, guys. So the boat is finally turned around. We're still working the twist here. So we're still kind of going this way, and look, that fish is gonna come out. There we go, guys, just like that. And that fish is gonna come over and attack us. And so what we did, we saw the fish on the scope. We were going with the current. We just turned the trolling motor off. Then we spot locked it. We let the trolling motor kind of spin a little bit to our rear, and then now we're directly in the wind, and you can see I'm just slowly working the transducer forward. They're still right there. So they're still a little too far to our, they're actually kind of getting lined up right. So let's fix our line here. Let's drop down there. There's two more down there. You can see them in between the tree, and look, when I turn the transducer, boo, there they are, clear as day. So, all right, 20 feet out, now look where they are, guys. Right where we want them, in that 1 o'clock window like I like. But like I said, keep them where you like them to be at. That one's trying to swim away. Let's drop down right over him. Here we go. There we go. Oh, I pulled it out of his mouth. It was in his mouth. So, all right, he's at 10 foot now, and you can see, just like that, guys. Now we're back into the wind. The fish is directly below us. We can dead stick him. Here he comes. Come up. Oh, he swam at me, but he didn't attack it. That's okay. That means we're still in the driver's seat. We have this fish right where we need him, which is at this 8-foot mark right here beside the boat at this 1 o'clock motion. So, oof, I don't think he likes me anymore. So there's another one at the stick. So there's one at the base right here, and there's one in the stick right there. They're kind of moving around. Now, we caught their friend already, so you're working on borrowed time. I won't lie to you about that. You need to be moving with a quickness. So if you ever fish with me, or you're with my dad, he's gonna tell you to cast as fast as humanly possible. So here we go. There we go. We got him, guys. Got him, just like that. So bada bing, bada boom. We saw the fish with the current. We turned around. We got the boat in position. We spot locked. We let the boat get spun around. We aided it with one click over, and that was just kick the back end out faster than it was going, because we have a real light wind today. Now, if we had a real heavy wind, it would have flung right around. All right, guys, then once you've figured out all those steps and you understand them a lot better, and you've practiced with them and you use them, you can take on a lake and break it down a lot more comfortably than if you don't know those methods. Then you can pull up the piles like this one right here. You can float over the fish's face, and then you can reel it in. So this is a pile. It's in about the same depth as that one. So what I want to do is, at 22 foot, it's directly in front of us. The wind is to our back. So we're at the end of the day now. The sun's setting, the wind is starting to calm way down, but it's at 24 feet. I want to give it one click because I want to see what's going to happen first. There is an apex where there's not enough wind to spin you anymore, but there's still wind to cool you off, and it's usually like 1 to 2 miles an hour. It will still spin you, but it's going to take like an hour to do so. And look, we can see the fish all in this tree. So why not stop? Why not hit them? And okay, the boat's already spinning a little bit, so I'm gonna cast over that tree. And as I cast, guys, I'm gonna keep having to work this transducer mount, because just by nature, we're moving. We're continually turning right here. So I'm gonna keep that transducer pole in motion, and I'm gonna keep trying to drop on these fish. Now look, as the boat is turning, the current has the trolling motor head this way. The wind is blowing right here into our face this way. So that pile, if we keep it in the cone, is gonna slowly start to be on our left side. So it's 22 feet out, which means even when we turn all the way around, it's still gonna be to our left. That said, let's see where we're at again. So we're right here. So that said, what I wanna do is feel for the wind, so the wind's in my face right here. So I stand facing the wind sometimes. If I get a little confused, I'll stand facing the wind. Okay, the wind is this way, so the boat's gonna end up this way. Well, that pile is right here to my left rear. You can't see me pointing, I'm sorry. That pile is over here to my left rear. So let's line it back up again, because again, we're moving, and I know we're over there. So what I'm gonna do, just right off the bat, I'm gonna go back 2 clicks. And what'll happen is it should push us back into the wind, or you can just turn it off completely. You can grab your remote or your foot pedal, if you're using the foot pedal, and you can manually do it. We know the pile's right there. We know the pile's somewhere right there. So I'm just gonna manually turn it. I'm at a 4 speed. I'm gonna turn it, and I'm gonna just stay on my transducer mount here, and I'm gonna keep the transducer on this piece of brush. And as I turn, look, I'm turning right. See how that pile is now to our front? Now I'm gonna hard turn straight into this pile because the pile's right there. Now I'm gonna turn it off and spot lock because now the pile's right here. So let's spot lock and see what it's gonna do now. In the interim, while it's doing that, I'm gonna cast out over there to it because we're here to fish, not just move boats around. I did move to a lighter color, but I might switch back. This water is a little bit darker, so I may possibly switch back. Okay, we're floating and that pile's progressively getting away from me. So I'm gonna take it into manual mode again, and I'm just gonna kick it on because I wanna drive us up to this pile. Now, if you're using a foot pedal, this is how this is just standard operating. This is just normal operations for you. So that pile is directly in front of us now. So I'm gonna drive up to it, keeping it on the scope so I can see what we're doing, to see how it's getting closer. We're at 30, 28, 24. I'm gonna turn it off and drift for a minute because I'm getting closer and closer and closer to it, and I don't wanna wash the fish out. So it's 20 foot in front of us. I'm gonna go ahead and spot lock us, and I'm gonna look, and okay, that pile's right here to our right. This is usually the stuff that we edit out of the video, so it's good that y'all are getting to see this portion of the video. So we know the pile's right here. Now, no matter what that screen shows you, if you cast right at that pile, the pile's not gonna move, guys. That pile's a static pile. The only thing moving is you. So if you cast and you know your cast is correct, then you're golden. You're golden, don't worry about it. Even if you can't see it, and I think that a lot of people get hung up on that. So we're 24 foot, but it's in front of us. I'm gonna go up 1 click. I think a lot of people get hung up on the fact that, oh, I can't see it on the screen, so my jig's not falling in the right spot anymore. That's not always true. That's not always true. It's never true. Once that jig's in the water, the jig is in real life falling still. So I could cast where I know I'm supposed to cast and then immediately hit a 90-degree turn, and guess what, guys? The jig is still falling where it needs to. And it's just a constant song and dance, guys. It's just a constant song and dance. So there we go. It's at 12 foot. Now this is when you could also break out your 12-foot outlaw crappie pole and just dead stick them. But I like to pin them. I like to swing through there. I like to watch them react. I like to watch the fish swim up to it. It's always fun for me when that happens. And yeah, this is a school of little guys. There we go. Oh, I said that. This is actually a nice one. There we go. That's a dinner plate. That's a dinner plate for sure. So there you go. Again, you saw we were with the wind, got locked in, figured out where we needed to be, spun around. You know, I always put them off that side of the boat so the school doesn't see it. Spun around, slowly, incrementally closed the gap, and there you go. Deck flipped a nice dinner plate. That was a legal harvestable fish. So there you go. Let's drop it down there again. So I'm just gonna drop down right here over them, guys, and we're gonna do a little bit of dead stick action. A little bit of dead stick action right here, guys. Ready? Watch this. Dink. There we go. Little dead stick action on them, just like they liked it. And bringing up the dinner bell, baby, ring the dinner bell, cause we deck flipping slappy daggum patties. Oh man, I had one of you guys comment and say, man, it's a shame that you get excited about 1 pound fish. Baby, I get excited about every fish I catch, cause you know what? It's awesome. Let's get them back in the water. Oh, it's unfortunate that some people out there don't get excited about their harvest. Let's just drop it down and see if we can't just pick one up right here. Look at this thing. Bink. Oh, 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 dog. Are you slapping me? Are you kidding me? Are you serious, guys? Look at this freaking tank. You gotta be kidding me. Look at that absolute donkey. Big old club mouth. Oh, that's £1.5 all day. That's £1.5 at least. Let's see if I got a scale. I don't think I have a scale, guys. I'll be honest with you. I think it's in my truck. I know. Why is it in your truck? Because I'm an idiot. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, no. I do have the scale. I do have the scale. The scales of life, baby. Get the heck. Hold on, guys. Brief intermission here. Beep. All right. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Let's see. Power on. Please be at least £1.5 so the comment section can get mad that I got excited about £1.5 fish. Amen. All right, here we go. Clip her in. Clip her in. Let's go, Clifford. Let's go, Clifford. What's that say? What's that say? 169. 169, guys. I told you, little £1.5. Oh, yes. Yes. Whew. Got a good thumbnail. All right, little £1.5. Let's get her back in the water. Man, it don't get old. All right, in all seriousness, that pile's right here to our left, guys. Look at it. I mean, the boat is about to cover it. So how do we approach this? I'll tell you how we approach it. It's directly below the transducer, guys. 0, transducer. 2, right in front of it. So we are floating over the pile. Guys, we're just gonna go straight back. 1 click backwards, 1 click backwards. That's all she's gonna take. And that pile will be right here, front and center, watch. See it coming in? Because we were right over it. Remember, guys, we were right over it. Look at that, 1 click back. Bow. Money shot. Money shot. Leave in the comment section, money shot. All right, let's drop it down there one more time. We got mommy on that one. Let's see, let's get another mama. How about that? Here we go, guys. We know there's another mommy in there. There's gotta be another mama in there. They can't just be in there by themselves. They got to have some parental guidance. Oh, here we go. Got him, guys. Get him! Tank alert! Tank alert! Tank alert! Tank alert! Oh my heavens! Oh my heavens! Oh my heavens! Oh my heavens! We're gonna weigh it again. We're gonna weigh this one too. This one's lighter. This is like a 1-2. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Undo. Oh, here we go. Oh, 1.6. I was super close. I was what is that, a 0.05 off? Daggum, baby. Daggum. Y'all could just call me Mr. Scales, because boys, we on them. All right, let's get that girl back in there. Guys, I hope today's video helped y'all. I hope it's really teaching y'all something. Please drop it in the comment section if you have a question. I know this is the video that y'all been waiting on for a while. I hope I did it to what y'all thought it was to be. If it wasn't, let me know. I'll make another one. I don't mind that at all, guys. I really don't. I do this for y'all. So if that answered some of y'all's questions on how to do boat control, enjoy the video. If it did not, please drop it in the comment section. That way I know what y'all are actually looking for, and then I can make the video and better facilitate answers for y'all. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Share it with someone who you think would benefit from it. Guys, get out on the water, pick a body of water, go out there, don't overcomplicate it, just start dropping jigs in the water. This is the time to do it. The spawn is on, so go check it out, guys. Hey, make sure you check out this playlist, and guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Don't stop the dangle. Peace.